All right, so before we talk about the new Roadhouse film with Jake Gyllenhaal and Conor McGregor, we have to first address the elephant in the room, which is the fact that this is a remake of a classic 80s action film. I don't think you can take away from what Patrick Swayze did and the sexiness that was the mid 40s. Um, just watching Sam Elliott come on screen with the long hair and just oh, it is it is a bad but good 80s film. The throat rip sequence at the end on the edge of the lake, that fight sequence, just so good. That being said, did we need a remake? No, we didn't. Is this a fun remake to watch? Yes, it absolutely is. Is it a great movie? No, neither was the original, but it's a fun movie, and that's the key here is that it is an entertaining watch. So Gyllenhaal is in fine form as always. We've seen him get buff and ripped for a lot of different films over the years: Southpaw, Prince of Persia, so on and so forth. He's another hunk of man candy that we've seen at Hollywood for years and years. He's a great actor, and he did his normal stuff here. I got nothing to complain about with him. It was Conor McGregor's first ever film, and this is one of the most. It's one of the hammiest performances. It's up there with watching Jeremy Irons in the D&D film from like 2000 2001 when he was like he went full ham on the evil. This is that level of overacting. And it's fine. Like the memes on TikTok the last couple of weeks of him like walking around, what the fuck is this? It's just like, where the fuck is everybody? Like it just crashing all the cars and jumping out of cars. I just have to say that from my perspective, Conor McGregor is having the time of his life. He's living his dream. Like he's obviously over the top as a showman. He's already done whatever he's going to do. He's made millions of dollars from his UFC stuff. He's made more tens of millions from his whiskey and everything else. The guy is richer than most countries, small countries anyway. And now he's doing other things. He's like, I'm going to go try my hand at acting. Now, is he ever going to become a great actor? I don't know. I think that depends on how serious he takes it after this point. You could see some guys who have transitioned from one industry to the other. But this being his first film role, this obviously was not him doing anything serious. It was just him doing something that's over the top, hammy, and just him being the muscle character, which is fine. Um, the overall movie, the premise is somewhat similar. I mean, from the top level down, which is there's a bar that needs to be rescued, and he gets brought in to clean it up. And I think that's pretty much where the similarities sort of stop, because this film, oh, I suppose he did have a relationship with the doctor, yeah. So there's some stuff here that's similar, but really the similarities aren't that big. In this case, you've got Jake Gyllenhaal playing a washed-up UFC fighter, which I think is very interesting, and I think that's probably because of the draw that they had with Conor McGregor, so being able to tap into a UFC crowd. Um, and I think at the end of the day, most people were tuning into this fight to just watch fun fight sequences with guys with their shirts off, and nothing to be disappointed about here. Like it was generally a fun film. One of the things that I think they did a good job of carrying over from the original was the original had a heavy focus on the soundtrack, and we had real bands, playing music in the bar behind the chicken wire and everything. And it's the same thing here. We had a lot of really good musical performances. There was also like the TikTok dancing couple. I saw a cameo from them that were in the film. So there's just a lot of sort of fan nods to fans and appreciation of the fans um, in this film, and good musicians and everything else coming to the forefront. And overall, like I said, it's there's nothing complex going on here. They try to add a little bit of stuff where he's like his character is super conscientious of like before he gets in a fight with the guys at the very beginning. He's like, "Do you guys have health insurance? Where's the nearest hospital? You know, I just want to make sure that you guys are aware of what's about to happen before this goes down." And then he beats the living shit out of everybody, and then he takes him to the hospital. And it's quirky and funny when it happens at the beginning, but then it kind of doesn't make as much sense when you find out that the reason he's doing it is because he's scared of accidentally killing someone again, because he goes rage mode if he gets pushed too far. And then eventually when he does get pushed too far and he goes into rage mode and he starts killing everyone. Not everyone, but you know what I mean. Like, you know, it was like, well, why was okay, whatever. I think the thing that was maybe quick commercial break, everyone, to celebrate and give thanks to all of these amazing people who keep me on the air full time. Really appreciate the support. All you got to do is join as a member. You get access to private videos. You can also do super thanks on any upload or super chats and stickers on any live stream or premiere you see. And beyond that, don't forget we're multi-streaming over on Twitch now, so you can support over there as well. Thanks so much to everybody. Let's get back to the video at hand. Missing here, and they tried to do it, and maybe it did a good job, but maybe I just wasn't appreciative of it, was I remember in the first film, and it's been a few years, it's been 3 or 4 years since I've watched the first one. I do try to watch it every few years, though. Watching that first one and remembering how tight the community was. And this one, it doesn't seem like a community is as tight as it was in that one, other than the bookstore owner and his daughter. But this one, the plot is sort of like we're gonna, it kind of felt to me like I was watching it with Chris. I was like, this feels like we're back in Tulum in the Riviera Maya, because it was all about a land grab where the bar is on this piece of land that they want to turn into an, Uber resort. And the people who want to buy it are a family who's been around for years, but they've got mob ties or whatever, criminal ties and drugs and everything else. But their ultimate goal is to, they want to get the bar so they can rip it out and use the land and build a 5-star resort. So there's that aspect of it going on, which is, again, there's nothing to write home about here in terms of groundbreaking plot or anything else. Bad guys want to take the land and turn it into a hotel. They want to throw everybody out of the street. They want to kill everybody's jobs, and they start roughing everybody up once he gets on the scene. They go and like burn the bookstore and all this other stuff. And ultimately, at the end of the day, he does win. But the final sequence, which I thought was amusing, was when they, after the credits roll, you've got a special sequence with Conor McGregor. Like, one of the things in the beginning was him walking out of, like, with his butt showing, like, walking out. He's completely naked walking down the street. And at the end of the film, they've got him, walking out of the hospital with his gown on, with his butt hanging out. And it's like, who knows if they're going to try to do a sequel to this with his character. That could be something that goes, straight to streaming or something. I don't know what they're going to do with it, but it was a fun watch. And I think at the end of the day, that's really all you can ask from a film like this. It's not meant to break any records. It's not going to win any Oscars. It's just a paycheck for these two dudes. It was a chance for them to spend a few months in the gym, get in shape, have some brotherly camaraderie, go on a film shoot for a few weeks and have fun together. And at the end of the day, we all watch it. It's a popcorn film. It was fun. I got nothing to complain about here. And I'm immediately going to go rewatch the original now, which I haven't seen in, like I said, about 3 years. And I had Chris watch it with me when we watched it a few years ago. She doesn't remember anything about it, so we're gonna go watch the original so that she has a comparison point. And just because I love Patrick Swayze films, and I need to watch more of it. But anyway, great performance for Gyllenhaal. Really fun watching Conor McGregor do something different, and I hope to see more of him in other films. I don't care if he plays a baddie or not. I think he's an interesting character, and if you've ever sat down and listened to him talk outside of the persona that he portrays for the UFC and everything else, he's a very bright guy. He's not stupid, and this may be a new career move for him. We'll see. Anyway, love to hear your thoughts. Drop them down below. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Check out all the other films that I review in the playlist, and I'll see everybody in the next one. Stay safe. Happy watching.